John Adamson. I've been a wood carver since 1975. I've been asked by a lot of people to put together some information on how to do a wood carving from start to finish. The most important aspect of wood carving, in my opinion, is having a place to work. It's how you hold your wood so that you can work on it and not be wasting your time or slip and cut yourself. So here is the basic of a setup. And I'll take the camera and I'll pan around with it a little bit so you can get an idea of just what it is to set up a wood carving so you can work efficiently, effectively, and quickly. Now this here, I built right into my workbench and into the wall, and I clamp my wood onto a board, and I'll show you how I do that. And the reason that I do that is I can shift it very easily then and put it at my comfort zone. This 2x6, for example, you can see where I've got the holes in it. What I'll do with that is take a lag bolt, easy enough, washer, a couple washers if necessary, to hold it back far enough so you don't go too far into your wood carving. So that's how far that this is going to go into my wood carving. Get an idea that that's an inch or so. If you're working on a real small piece of wood, you may not want that much, so you use a smaller lag bolt or put a few washers on it, and you can drop it back so you're only punching into your wood a short distance. Most of you know, I've been a wood carver a long time, and for the most part I use cottonwood bark. This is a good example of cottonwood bark. It's not real big, but I've got some depth here. Now I'll take this and put it on my wood. So you can see that I'm going to use my lag bolt, and I'm going to attach it to the back of this. I'll just put a little pressure there right against my board. And you can tell that this is not straight up and down. It's at about a 27-degree angle approximately, so that I have a better reach that way, and it works, in my shop. So there that is. That's fastened in. Of course, I use two of them. Second one in. Look at it to make sure I have it in a good spot, which I do. Another important aspect of carving, for me, I have to stand. I can't sit and carve. I need to be able to shift a little bit from side to side. But I'm in a garage, which I've turned into my little personal work studio, and I have a cement floor. And that's important that your feet don't bother you when you get to be my age, and that's kind of an issue. So I'll show you the floor and what I've done to help a little bit. Now this might seem kind of ridiculous for me to be showing you my floor, but it's just a rubber mat that I stand on. It helps cushion my feet a little bit. You can see where my wood carving is. And I have my window blocked out so the sun doesn't shine in there and kind of black out my video right now. So there, I'm ready to start. And here I'm within my reach, what I call my zone here. And I want to start off with a bigger knife like this. But particularly, I go with realism. I carve with realism, and this is what I'll show you in this video. It's how to do an accurate looking human face. And in this type of wood, a Western figure works very well. A mountain man or a Native American type, or perhaps a Viking. So the basics of this now, I'm not one to draw. I don't draw it out. I don't use pictures. I just kind of look at the wood and work with that. But everything's relative. We're going to work with basic shapes. And because I'm going to deal with, a human portrait in this old piece of wood, the basic shape is the shape of a head. So it's going to be ovalish, round, oblong, round, however you want to describe it. And this is how we'll start. Get the excess wood out of the way. Alright, so looking at this now straight in, it's hard to film it and carve it at the same time when you're by yourself. And you'll probably notice in some videos people have their shoulders in the way or whatever, and I'll try to avoid that here. So we're going to go straight in with this, with our oval. See how we can come down, it's going to be the chin right here. We can figure that out. Come up underneath it. And of course this knife is very sharp. And then we'll go with, I'm going to raise the camera up a little. Some things just kind of will come to you in time when you just learn to look at it and know, where the nose is going to be, where the mouth is going to be, the forehead, eyebrows, and so on. One of the tendencies that I see with a lot of beginning wood carvers is they try to go too big for the size of wood that they have. And that's where I believe that my method of starting off with this round ball for the face allows you then to have room for the braids, the hair, on top of the head, a headdress, a cap, or whatever you want to do, and you have an idea of where you are. Right now, pretty much, this is the setup. This is what we need to do to set up this carving. If you set it up and your proportions aren't right, you'll fight it the entire way. You lose time, you lose efficiency, it doesn't look as nice, and then you might be keeping it a while. Or if you want to sell them, that's not what you're going to want. If you're going to do them for yourself, it's not going to matter. You can do what you want. Alright, basically, I've got a figure here, it's not that big, a few inches. This is what I call a good basic start. This is a fairly small sculpture, you can see from this tape measure here. It's roughly about 2.5 inches from where I've got the top there to the very bottom of the chin.